We've talked about how you can swap your photos from one place to another, how you can change your layouts, and now we're going to talk about how to be just a little bit more custom by moving and resizing your photos. And those are two parts, but I'm going to split them, and so I'm going to split them into two videos. So in this video, we're going to talk specifically about all the different ways you can move a photo around a page to get it just how you want it. So, when I was first browsing through this book to see how Peekaboo had autofilled it, I didn't really like the layout that Peekaboo had used for my very first page. So, let's go down here to the media tray and click Pages, and I'm going to scroll up to the very first page and click on page 1. This is a perfectly fine layout. However, because this is the first page of the book, I want to set the right tone from the start. And the way this image is, there's just too much emphasis on the patio. But before I show you how to de-emphasize the patio, I want to show you how to just move the photo as is. The first way is to think about moving the photo in its entirety without making any changes to it whatsoever. The second way is to think about moving the inside of the photo, basically the contents of the photo within a set photo well. Let's talk about the first way to move a photo, moving it without changing anything about it. All you do is you take your cursor and you move it over the photo, and as soon as it goes over the photo, it changes from an arrow to what I'm calling a crosshairs. And as long as you are seeing this crosshair on top of your photo, you can click down and hold down and drag the photo anywhere on the page that you would like it to go. That's all there is to moving a photo. Now, if you want your photo to be centered left to right, you look for this line to show up. And if you want your photo to be centered up and down, you look for this line to show up. And of course, if you are looking to center your photo left, right, and up and down, you try to get both these lines to show up. Okay, so that's how you think about moving a photo without making any changes to it. Now, the other kind of moving a photo is moving the actual innards of the photo, the contents of the photo, and keeping the shape of the photo exactly the same. In fact, the photo well is fixed. You just want to move the inside. What I mean by that is if you click on the center of the photo, instead of the crosshairs, a little hand will show up. Now, what this hand does is it does not move the entire photo well, it just moves the insides of the photo. It just moves the inside of the photo, okay? In this case, this photo was a wide, short photo. As you can see, when I click, you can see the original photo there. You could also see it if I scroll up here. That is the original photo. Whenever you click on a photo, the Edit Photo tab shows up. And sometimes you want a photo centered. Probably in this photo, you would want this photo to be centered. But there might be times when you want a photo off-centered, like this. I think for my purposes right now, I don't want the photo off-centered, but there are certainly a lot of times when I do. So it's very common to need to use this hand to move the inside or the contents of the photo. In this case, you can only move it left to right because there is no up and down to my original photo doesn't go any higher or lower. This might seem obvious, but it is a point where I think people get confused quite often, especially when they use our layouts and they put one of their photos into our well and they get to the next step, which is zooming and cropping. Okay, that's how you move photos around on a page, and in the next video, we're going to talk about resizing them.